What if the delay you are struggling with is not a rejection, but a protection you cannot yet see? What if the silence you keep questioning is not emptiness, but a space where Allah is working on your heart in ways comfort never could? Before Allah brings two lives together, He first reshapes the hearts that will carry that bond. Quietly, slowly, sometimes painfully. This is the part most people misunderstand. So they panic, rush, and assume something is wrong with them or their destiny. But the truth is deeper than timing. Allah does not prepare marriages by creating ease first. He prepares them by creating strength. He allows waiting so the heart can learn patience. He allows uncertainty so the heart can learn trust. He allows distance so the heart can learn discipline. In every moment you think nothing is happening, something inside you is changing. If you understand this truth, you will stop chasing outcomes and start noticing transformation. You will stop measuring love by speed and start measuring it by readiness. Because the hearts Allah joins are never rushed. They are refined. And once you see what Allah is really doing before marriage, you will never view delay the same way again. Allah tests who the heart turns to under pressure. Before two hearts are ever brought together, Allah allows pressure to enter the life of each person separately. This pressure does not come to punish. It comes to reveal. When the heart feels unsure, afraid, or unsettled, Allah watches closely to see where it runs for safety. Some hearts immediately cling to people, seeking constant reassurance, attention, or emotional rescue. Other hearts pause, breathe, and quietly turn back to Allah, even when answers are not clear. This difference matters deeply. When things feel confusing, many hearts become restless. They want explanations. They want certainty. They want guarantees. But Allah is not testing how quickly the heart receives answers. He is testing whether the heart can remain steady without them. A heart that cannot tolerate uncertainty often places unbearable weight on people, expecting them to provide peace, clarity, and emotional security. This kind of dependence weakens relationships before they even begin. Marriage was never designed to replace Allah in the heart. A spouse is meant to walk beside you, not carry the full weight of your fears, doubts, and inner storms. If two hearts enter marriage already looking to each other as their main source of safety, the relationship slowly becomes heavy and strained. Small problems begin to feel overwhelming because the foundation is unstable. That is why Allah tests loyalty early. He allows moments where support feels distant and comfort feels delayed. He wants the heart to learn how to stand without collapsing, how to trust without constant reassurance, and how to remain anchored even when emotions feel unsettled. A heart that knows how to return to Allah in private struggle will not break when marriage brings responsibility, pressure, or hardship. Instead, it becomes a source of calm, not burden, for the one it is joined with. Desire appears before readiness, and Allah separates them. Desire often enters the heart long before the heart is actually ready to carry responsibility. Allah allows this on purpose. Attraction, longing, and emotional pull are easy to feel, but they are not proof of maturity. Many people assume that because they feel strongly, they are prepared. Allah knows otherwise. That is why He creates space between desire and fulfillment, not to deny the heart, but to protect it. When desire appears, the heart is watched carefully. Does it become impatient and reckless? or does it remain controlled and respectful? Some hearts rush, push boundaries, and confuse intensity with commitment. Other hearts learn to slow down, to contain emotion, and to place limits on themselves. This space is not wasted time. It is training time. Allah separates desire from readiness, so the heart can be shaped before it is trusted with another soul. If desire were immediately fulfilled, the heart would never learn restraint. It would never learn patience. It would never learn how to manage longing without letting it control behavior. Marriage does not survive on excitement alone. It survives on calm judgment, emotional balance, and responsibility. A heart that cannot wait cannot lead. A heart that demands fulfillment before growth will carry chaos into marriage. Allah delays not because He is withholding goodness, but because He is preparing the heart to receive it without destroying it. When readiness finally meets desire, love becomes steady instead of overwhelming, and marriage becomes a place of safety instead of pressure. Uncertainty is used to measure emotional stability. Allah often removes certainty before marriage, and this is one of the hardest tests for the heart. The mind wants clear answers, fixed outcomes, and a sense of control. But Allah allows uncertainty to remain so the heart can be measured in its most honest state. When the future feels unclear, the heart's true condition rises to the surface without effort. Some hearts react to uncertainty with fear. They overthink every sign, assume the worst, and allow imagination to create pain that has not even arrived. Anxiety grows, patience weakens, and emotions begin to swing sharply. Other hearts respond differently. They feel the same uncertainty, but they do not let it take control. They remain calm, respectful, and steady, even when clarity is missing. This steadiness is not weakness. It is emotional strength. Marriage introduces many unknowns. There will be moments of confusion, unexpected changes, and situations that cannot be solved immediately. A heart that collapses when answers are delayed before marriage will struggle far more when responsibilities increase afterward. Allah tests emotional stability early so that instability does not become a burden later. Uncertainty teaches the heart how to pause instead of panic, how to trust instead of assume, and how to remain grounded instead of reactive. When a heart learns to stay balanced while not knowing what comes next, it becomes capable of carrying a relationship without shaking it. This is why Allah allows the heart to sit in uncertainty for a time. He is not delaying love. He is strengthening the soul that will one day hold it. Allah tests whether love has discipline. Love by itself is not enough. Feelings can rise quickly, but without discipline, they become unstable and unsafe. Allah tests whether love is guided or uncontrolled by allowing emotions to exist while limits remain in place. This is where the heart is truly examined. When desire is strong, can the heart still stop itself? Can it respect boundaries even when emotions push for closeness? Many people believe that love should remove limits, but in reality, love that ignores limits slowly loses its purity. When the heart begins to justify crossing lines, hiding behavior, or rushing intimacy, it is no longer acting from sincerity. It is acting from self-interest. Allah watches whether the heart honors what is right, even when no one else is watching. Discipline in love shows itself through patience, modesty, and restraint. It means accepting "not yet" without resentment. It means choosing respect over impulse and dignity over urgency. A heart that truly values another will not place them in situations that weaken their faith or peace. Allah tests this before marriage because undisciplined love carries regret into union. Marriage is built on trust, not temptation. A heart that learns to discipline its love before marriage protects the relationship after it. By testing whether love has limits, Allah ensures that when two hearts are finally joined, their connection is safe, balanced, and guided by wisdom rather than impulse. Emotional discomfort exposes hidden dependence. Before marriage, Allah often allows emotional discomfort to surface in quiet ways. It may appear as restlessness, sadness, or a feeling of unease when distance or delay enters the picture. This discomfort is not meant to break the heart. It is meant to reveal something hidden inside it. When emotional comfort is reduced, the heart shows where it has been leaning for peace. Some hearts begin to feel unstable when access to another person is limited. Their mood, confidence, and sense of calm start depending on messages, attention, or reassurance. When that support is not available, anxiety grows, and the heart feels lost. This is not love failing. This is dependence being exposed. Allah allows this discomfort so the heart can see its own imbalance clearly. Marriage cannot survive if one heart becomes the emotional center for the other. No human being can carry that weight for long. When peace, identity, and stability are tied too tightly to another person, pressure builds, expectations rise, and disappointment becomes unavoidable. Allah protects hearts from this future harm by exposing dependence early. Emotional discomfort teaches the heart to return to balance. It pushes the heart back toward Allah as its true source of peace. When a heart learns to calm itself without leaning excessively on another person, it becomes healthier, stronger, and more secure. This is why Allah allows discomfort before marriage. He is not creating pain. He is removing weakness so love can stand on solid ground. Restraint is how Allah trains maturity. Restraint is one of the clearest signs of maturity, yet it is rarely valued until it is tested. Allah trains the heart through situations where emotions are strong, but action must remain controlled. This is not easy, and that is why it is meaningful. Anyone can feel love, excitement, or longing, but maturity shows itself in how a person behaves when feelings are intense and outcomes are delayed. Allah observes whether the heart can experience disappointment without turning bitter, whether it can feel frustration without becoming disrespectful, and whether it can wait without losing dignity. A mature heart does not deny its emotions, but it does not allow them to rule its behavior. It chooses patience over reaction and wisdom over impulse. Marriage requires this kind of emotional leadership. There will be moments when words hurt, plans change, or expectations are not met. A heart that reacts immediately to every emotion will create instability inside the relationship. That is why Allah trains restraint before marriage, when the stakes are lower and growth is still possible. Through restraint, the heart learns to pause, reflect, and respond with intention rather than impulse. It learns that not every feeling needs to be expressed and not every urge needs to be acted upon. This training prepares the heart to protect peace instead of disturbing it. When Allah sees that a heart can govern itself, He knows it can be trusted with another soul. Urgency must die before peace can enter. Urgency often feels like love, but in reality, it is usually fear wearing emotion. It is the pressure to secure outcomes quickly, to force clarity, and to rush what has not yet settled. Allah allows urgency to rise in the heart so it can be seen and corrected. A heart driven by urgency is not at peace, and peace is necessary for marriage to grow in a healthy way. When urgency takes over, the heart begins to chase timelines instead of trusting decree. It worries about what might be lost, rather than focusing on what is being built within. Decisions become reactive, emotions become heavy, and patience feels unbearable. Allah does not grant marriage to a heart that is still trying to control the future, because control and trust cannot exist together. Allah allows delay so urgency can slowly fade. As the heart waits, it learns that life continues even without immediate answers. It learns that worth is not tied to speed, and that delay does not mean denial. When urgency begins to loosen its grip, calmness starts to appear. The heart becomes softer, more flexible, and less fearful. Peace enters when the heart releases its need to force outcomes. At that point, whatever Allah decrees no longer feels threatening. Whether the path leads toward marriage or redirection, the heart remains steady. This is why urgency must die first. Only a peaceful heart can receive what is written without being shaken by it. The real success is alignment, not union. Many people believe the test before marriage ends only when two people finally come together. But this is not the real measure of success. Allah does not judge the journey by whether union happens quickly or even immediately. He judges it by what the heart becomes along the way. The real success of this test is alignment, not union. Alignment between the heart and Allah. Alignment between desire and discipline. Alignment between what the heart wants and what it is ready to carry. Union is an outcome. Alignment is transformation. Outcomes can change, but transformation stays. A heart that becomes aligned does not lose itself if plans shift or timelines change. It remains steady, grounded, and whole. This is why Allah focuses on shaping the heart before granting companionship. He wants the heart to be safe, not desperate, stable, not fragile, clear, not conflicted. Alignment begins when the heart stops arguing with decree, when it no longer asks why things are slow or compares its path with others. Instead, it starts asking a deeper question: who am I becoming through this process? The heart begins to notice its reactions, its fears, and its weaknesses without shame. Growth replaces frustration. Awareness replaces confusion. As alignment grows, the heart starts to feel lighter, even if nothing externally changes. The same delay that once felt painful now feels purposeful. The same silence that once caused anxiety now creates reflection. This is not because the heart stopped wanting marriage, but because it stopped needing marriage to feel complete. When a heart is aligned, it no longer ties its worth to outcomes. It no longer measures its value by timelines, proposals, or certainty. It understands that Allah's timing does not reflect love or rejection, but wisdom. This understanding brings peace that no relationship can provide on its own. Alignment also removes fear. Fear of loss, fear of being alone, fear of missing out. When the heart is aligned with Allah, it knows that what is written cannot miss it, and what is not written cannot be forced. This knowledge does not make the heart passive, it makes it calm. An aligned heart still hopes, but it does not panic. It still desires, but it does not cling. It still cares, but it does not collapse. This balance is rare, and it is exactly what Allah wants before joining two lives together. If union comes after alignment, it arrives gently, without chaos, without desperation, without emotional exhaustion. Two hearts meet, not as unfinished halves, trying to complete each other, but as whole individuals choosing to walk together. This kind of union strengthens faith instead of testing it. And if union does not come immediately, the aligned heart does not break. It adapts. It continues to grow. It continues to trust. It continues to live fully instead of waiting in fear. That is success. Many people reach marriage without alignment, and they suffer inside it. Others reach alignment before marriage, and they find peace even in waiting. Allah values the second far more. Alignment teaches the heart patience without bitterness, acceptance without weakness, hope without attachment. These qualities do not disappear after marriage. They protect it. This is why the test before marriage is not wasted time. It is not a punishment. It is preparation for life itself. Because marriage is not the only place where alignment is needed. Every trial, every responsibility, every change requires a heart that is anchored. When the heart aligns with Allah, it stops fighting reality and starts flowing with wisdom. It becomes flexible instead of rigid, trusting instead of controlling, calm instead of restless. That is why the real success is not found at the nikah. It is found in the quiet transformation that happens long before it, in the patience that replaces panic, in the trust that replaces fear, in the dignity that replaces desperation. When Allah sees a heart aligned, He knows it is safe. Safe to receive love, safe to carry responsibility, safe to handle loss if it comes, safe to remain grateful if blessing arrives. And whatever Allah gives to a heart like that becomes a mercy, not a burden. This is the truth many miss. The goal was never just to be together. The goal was to become right. The truth is simple, but it is heavy. Allah does not delay marriage to punish hearts. He delays it to prepare them. Every moment of waiting, every feeling of confusion, every stretch of silence is shaping something inside you that comfort could never produce. When the heart learns patience, restraint, trust, and balance, it becomes strong enough to carry love without losing itself. Marriage is not the finish line. It is a responsibility placed on a prepared soul. And when Allah gives it, He gives it at the moment it can be received as a blessing, not endured as a test. Until then, the work is not to chase outcomes, but to allow the heart to be shaped. Because when the heart is ready, what is written arrives without struggle.